Hi everyone, Kez here, or Alicia here for those of you that know me from this channel. I'm going to be giving some insight into my personal project for my third year animation production module this final semester. I'll be covering where I began and how my previous ideas have led to where I am now. So, let's get right into it. Taking you guys into my development diary, we start in November, end of November, where I couldn't solidify any ideas and began developing a few via a brainstorm. I had 3 big ideas but no narrative or storyline figured out. 2 were based on a combat sequence and 1 was more of an abstract take on imagination. But yeah, stuff was cooking. In order to help me gauge the kind of projects I wanted to work on for the final semester, I started looking into a lot of processes and projects from other creators that could inspire me and that appealed to me the most, such as working with motion capture some more and creating cinematics in Unreal Engine. I already had some things figured out at this stage, like the kind of rig I wanted to use, Psylocke rig, but nothing was resonating with me in this moment. I don't know about you guys, but I think brewing ideas quite literally over tea is a very British way to go about creating something, right? But yeah, I had tea with a friend and a new idea came about where I could use production as an opportunity to voice my rising concerns about AI in animation and entertainment and branding. So I wrote out a whole statement on my current stance on AI, what I think about it, gave myself some extra tasks, consider the ways that AI has benefited me and my workflows, because I was looking into Cascador for AI video motion capture last semester and consulting other friends, getting second opinions and some reassurance on this new idea, and hearing their input was also really useful. I started looking into Detroit Become Human, watching the playthrough of that. Honestly, an amazing multiple choice game. I finally felt like I had landed on an idea that I was happy going through to pitch with. I also did some rig tests just to imagine what the visual might look like for a cinematic animation piece. For the theme and concept, I want there to be choreographed combat. It needs to be a performance that reflects the narrative of the artist's struggle. And I hope to really showcase the personality of particularly the human character compared to the soulless replica that the cyborg will be. In terms of animation style, I'm looking for... Yeah, so about that pitch, long story short, the idea was scrapped, which did send me into panic mode, but that's fine. We got past that moment. What happened was combat sequences were very popular in our class, but yeah, we got warnings that it's quite difficult to pull off a good fight scene, and for me personally, the idea didn't seem like it felt like me, based on what my lecturers know of me and the previous work I was showing. So it was back to the drawing board. From there, I ended up pitching a new idea based on one of my favourite showreel pieces from third year first semester. And worked really hard to try and get this new idea greenlit. So yeah, within a week, I'd been contacting my lecturers, emailing about the potential change in my idea. I was so much happier with the theme and concept boards as well. It just looks so much more appealing to me. Look at this color palette. Look at the amount of glitter. To summarize, I started developing a concept for a platformer puzzle game, began thinking about the mechanics and how a level would work within the game, what I'd like the soundtrack to be like, the potential deliverables I could submit as a final piece, title names, and other inspirations. Again, getting the input from my friends and the support of others around me is so motivating, and I appreciate it so much. It's always good to check in with others and get their opinions on stuff like this. So, with this new idea greenlit, I had to start thinking about how realistic and achievable it would be, and start taking the steps to make sure I could actually pull off either creating a cinematic within Unreal or showcasing gameplay. I had this list of things to do before I could kick off production. New software I had to understand because I'd never used Unreal before this point. Importing custom rigs, applying textures accurately, and figuring out how to create your own animation blueprints so that the character can move with player input within the engine, with my own custom animations. And to me, this was really fun, and I feel like I finally found what really clicked with me as an animator wanting to go more into the game's pipeline. I've even started considering whether I want to learn more coding and become a technical artist. But yeah, there's the little witch moving in the scene with keyboard input. Amazing. So I had completed basically everything I needed for, well, everything I needed to prove to myself that this production project was possible and I could produce the output I wanted to with some hard work, and hopefully by the end have a level that I've designed, created myself, with a character moving around as if a player was playing my game. Here's some narrative development so I know the storyline behind the game, and level design ideas, trying to figure out the logistics and staging of it, and getting back into a uni schedule, trying to figure out the timetable, the steps required in the process to make sure that this happens, that all of this happens within the 12 weeks we have to produce it. And I've settled on my deliverables basically being a gameplay simulation and making sure it looks as if someone is playing my game. This was part 1, from stumped to structure, showing the ideation process I went through to get to where I am currently, where I'm starting to consider producing the animations for this project. We'll catch up on the next video. Bye bye!